Welcome back to the Pre-Calculus Mastery Program. So far, we have learned how functions take an input and produce output. But now, let me ask you something interesting. If a function gives you an output, can you go backwards and find the original input? In other words, can we reverse a function? This idea leads us to one of the most powerful concepts in mathematics, that is, inverse functions. Today, we will learn how inverse functions work and how they help us to reverse mathematical process. Let's think about a simple process. You take a number and multiply it by 2, then add 3. This is a function. Now imagine going backwards. You subtract 3, then you divide it by 2. That is the inverse. An inverse function undoes what the original function does. An inverse function reverses the effect of the original function. If a function takes x and gives you y, the inverse takes y and gives back x. We write the inverse as f inverse of x. This does not mean 1 over f of x. It means the inverse function. Let's find the inverse of a function. Example, f of x is equal to 2x plus 3. Step 1. Replace f of x with y. So y is equal to 2x plus 3. Step 2. Swap x and y. So x is equal to 2y plus 3. Step 3. Solve for y. So x minus 3 is equal to 2y. So y is equal to x minus 3 whole divided by 2. So the inverse is f inverse of x is equal to x minus 3 whole divided by 2. The important thing is f inverse is not equal to the reciprocal. Now let's look at something very interesting. The graph of a function and its inverse are mirror images. They reflect across the line y is equal to x. Not all functions have inverses. A function must be 1 to 1. This means each output comes from only one input. We can check this using a horizontal line test. If a horizontal line touches the graph more than once, the function does not have an inverse. Inverse functions appears everywhere in real life. Temperature conversions, Celsius to Fahrenheit and backwards, distance and time calculation, encoding and decoding informations. Whenever we need to reverse a process, we use inverse functions. Today we have learned about inverse functions. An inverse function reverses the original function. We have also learned how to undo operations, find inverse algebraically, and understand graph reflections, and also check if a function is 1 to 1. These ideas are essential for understanding advanced mathematics and calculus. Find the inverse of the following functions by your own, and also graph a function and its inverse together. When you understand inverse functions, you understand how to reverse mathematical process. And this idea of reversing is a key concept in algebra and calculus. Thank you for learning with me today. Keep practicing, and I will see you in the next lesson.